At Jack Carter's, every customer scores a touchdown. Canada's #1 truck and Cadillac dealer. Thank you, Stamps fans.
Today on Football 101, we're going to talk with one of the unsung heroes of the CFL, the equipment manager. Every team has them, CFL, NFL, but very few have them for over 42 years. I'm with George Hopkins, who has been with the Stampeders for over 42 years. Thanks for joining us today, George.
My pleasure.
42 years, not all of them as equipment manager. Tell us a little bit about how you started out with the Stamps.
I started out as a 12-year-old as a ballboy, because back in those days it was really tough to get a job as a kid that young. And it was kind of a funny thing. My uncle used to write for the Herald. He was good friends with George Dunn, who was the equipment manager at the time. And it just one thing led to another, and I started working here.
So as a 12-year-old, obviously you weren't equipment manager. When did the official hike up from what you were, which was a ball boy, was it?
Yeah. Water technician.
Water technician.
So, yeah. Actually, I took over in a strange kind of set of circumstances. I took over on my 18th birthday. So I'd been with the team for the 4 seasons prior to that, and they brought me back in and a change of the guard. There was a new equipment guy brought in. I was brought in to train him, and he didn't quite live up to the standards that they were expecting. And he was let go after the 4th exhibition game, and I just kind of went and offered my services up to Jack Goda. One thing led to another, and he took a leap of faith on an 18-year-old. So,
that's nice. So the fork in your road came at 18 years old under Jack Goda.
Yep.
And what would the other fork have taken you?
I had great visions I was going to be a history professor. So kind of lacking in academic challenges in here, so one thing led to another. But I'm happy with what I'm doing, but I still read the odd history book.
We're back in the bowels of the Stampeder locker room with equipment manager George Hopkins. George has been doing this for 42 years. George, give us an idea of what happens on your average day as equipment manager.
It's one of those things where it doesn't vary a lot, but every day's a new day. So I'm in here 6:30, getting ready for practice. We feed the guys breakfast in the morning. They go into meetings, we're doing laundry, we're doing more laundry, we're doing more laundry. You can tell I'm kind of fixated on laundry. But there's field setup, there's practice, there's post cleanup, getting everything ready for the next day, getting the breakfast ready for the next morning right before you leave, making sure your coaches are taken care of. I probably put on, 50, 70,000 steps a day. So, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Give me an idea of how your day varies from practice day versus game day.
Game day is probably longer, more intense. Practice, you're dealing with more people. But at the same time on game day, those 30 guys that we got that are dressed, we're still our responsibility to make sure they look good when they're on the field. So practice day is just a little bit more stop and go. Game day is more, I like to refer to game day as just kind of a calm before a car wreck. Because once you give them that specialist in 15-minute call, the room dies, everybody gets ready, the focus takes over again. So that's, let's be honest, game day is a lot more fun than practice day.
No doubt.
Yeah.